Dana Morris Dixon. And she lead the charge as it relates to the government communication. And she's been doing excellent. We can't take with that. We can't take with that. We hear the government message. We hear the 5 new things every single week. She's highlighting all the different aspects of government, the new implementation. She's continuing with the post-cabinet press briefings, all that good stuff, right? And you have to give her credit where that is concerned. You have other persons who form part of the coalition of communicators, because it's no longer a one person communication. Then you have Abka Fitzhenley, who is a part of the communications team. I can't speak definitively to how the hierarchy system work, who is the top, what have you. But I know it consists of Abka. It consists of Marlon Morgan. You would have heard Marlon out there on the radio, day in, day out, defending the party's position on government, but more so the party, the political position. And I don't know if you guys notice it. There's a difference between the message from Marlon Morgan as opposed to the message from Dr. Dana Dixon. So that's how I view it. And then you have Abka also is there as well. But remember, this is just my obvious view, Abka is a senator. So he still has to tread a very thin line in terms of party. I mean, he might beat them with the facts, he might kick them back. So those are the 3 persons off the top. Then you have Senator Shireen Golden, again, who is a part of the communication apparatus. And then you have the broader part of it now, where you have people like Senator Charles Sinclair, you have people like Kerencia Morrison, you have people like Juliette Cuthbert Flynn. All of those persons are communicators, and they're a part of the system, and you've heard them out there pushing the arguments in support of the government or in support of the party. They're out there. Are we seeing enough of them? Can there be other approach? Can't disagree with that. And when you hear it yourself, we just have to pass it on to whomever it is and say, gentlemen, I think we need to go that route here. We think we need to start thinking about this. Just like we've been begging for the PM to go live on TikTok. Well, we've seen that happening now. The PM is going live now on TikTok. Will the PM now start to join some people live? Not mine. Not mine. Go to the people who now have 12.
Chopper, it would have been, listen to me, it would have make my world and my life if when me there in my little box, me see one request come up, and when me look me talk to my prime minister, it would have make look here, me would have heart attack. And I'm not having that type of expectation. Really and truly. It would be a dream of mine. Yeah. I mean, know even my MP would have liked to have them. But I'm not, me not focus on them. Right? We know who Dana Morrison is and what she's doing. But to me, we think we're at crunch time now, and we need to separate government a little bit from party. So I am speaking about the person who speaks for us, the party, not me don't want to hear about the body of them, because as you say, Abka tip into upon certain lines due to his position. And okay, I could always reach out to Minister Morgan easily.
He was more accessible.
He's very accessible, right? I have up until now, I don't even see Dana come and introduce herself to labor rights. Right? And this is not me criticizing her. This is me making suggestions come on better in regards to our communication. And as me say, in every good thing, as a team, if you have a team, because we are a team, whether we like it or not, we are a team, we coordinate, and we're trying to get the message out there. Like, see Markland come in there. Welcome, Markland. Is that the real Markland?
Yeah, man, of course it is.
Because some people, okay, yeah, because some people are taking all people's name and you have to be careful. But thank you for joining.
It is, and you just hit a good point. And good morning, everybody. Let me just running because I don't have much time. Morning, Chopper. What we need to do, you see, while Dr. Dana Smith is doing, Dana Dixon is doing a great job where the government is concerned, we also need to understand whatever the government is doing is being done by the Jamaica Labour Party, because the leader, the government prime minister, is the leader of the Jamaica Labour Party. So what we need to do is to have somebody repeating all that the government is doing on a party level, because those who are voting, they are not listening to the government. They're not listening to what the government is doing. They're not hearing about the 19% reduction in crime. They're not hearing about the lowest unemployment rate and that kind of stuff. So when the party comes out, when somebody come out and tell you that under the Jamaica Labour Party, we're reducing the crime, we reduce unemployment, all that kind of stuff, it makes a big difference. Dana speaks to the government officials and the business people. The party person speaks to the voting public, and that's what we need. We need whatever the government is doing, it must be said that it is being done by the Jamaica Labour Party.
Thank you very much for that, Markline. So at least there are persons listening who are getting my point that I am making. We need to know who is that person. I want to have, as a party follower, a party supporter, a party member, as an activist for my party, a person who have a lot of clout in terms of following, and people do listen to me. I want to be able to call up my information person from the party, my rep, and say, hey, I am observing this trend online, or I'm hearing this from this community. How do we approach it? How would the party like us to go about it? I want to be able to have that type of leadership from the party. So if it's one person, two person, a group of persons, I don't mind. But I believe we have a big block of dedicated people. And I think Chapa and Chuck is doing an amazing job. We have Munchieb doing an amazing job, and many others. But then some of us need direction, because a lot of times the lives, they go down the wrong path and the message get lost because we are distracted and we don't have anybody to come and say, listen, guys, focus, don't be distracted by this. And this is the message, or this is what we want to get the public to know. And we need that now and a full time.
True.
Morning, guys. Morning,
Michael.
Yes, good morning. I've been sitting here a while listening to the conversation, and I'm really taking it in, and I appreciate what you guys are doing. But I have a situation here that I would love your guys' help with. Now I am a victim of a house sale in Jamaica for the past 6 years. And
victim of a what?
I've got a house sale. Okay. I am a Jamaican living in the Cayman Islands. And I had a house in Jamaica, Linstead Bagwalk to be exact. And I get this lawyer here to sell the house for me from 2018. And in short, to sell the house and steal the money.
Okay.
And my friends, I've gone to the Prime Minister, I've gone to CTAC, MOCA, name them, Indicom, everybody, Bar Association, and to date I can't get a cent from my house that have been sold over 6 years now. I was in Jamaica just last month and was now being told that after 6 years I cannot even bring a lawsuit against this criminal. So I'm really seeking some help to get my money.
Well, I don't know. That's a deep and tall order for us, because we absolutely don't know how to assist that kind of stuff. If the law, and this is a question you have to ask yourself. If it is that you have gone to those persons that you have gone to, including the legal people, why do you think that poor little old chopper and our little bloggers now what do you think that we can do?
Let's get deep in it. Let me tell you why.
Hold on a second. When you talk about legal, I have no blue boot to go up no 11 step. So tread very
anything
lightly.
Anything I am saying here is something that you can hold me to. I have all
No. I don't want to hold you to it. I'm just giving you caution from now. Do not.
Yeah, man. I know what you're saying.
Call nobody name and do not go down the wicket.
I won't call anybody.
We don't know what you're talking about. We can't validate the story. Go ahead, sir. Let's see what you have to say.
Yeah, fair enough. Why I'm saying you can help is because this thing is a cycle of what you'd call now a gang, a body club. Then let me use that word. It's a body club cycle involving police, law, the bar association, even politician involved in it. So they have this ring, this body club thing where this one push you around here, that one push you there, and that one push you around. Because what I understand happened, the woman invests my money and she have these people around her giving her all this time to make her investment be mature.
Michael, let me ask you this. You're in Cayman, you said?
Right now. Yes, I'm in Cayman.
All right. Where in Jamaica you're from? What area?
I am from the Bagwalk area.
So, how long ago you visit Jamaica?
Up to last month.
So you vote in the last election? I don't care who you vote for. I
am living in the Cayman Island.
You're living in the Cayman Island?
I'm living in the Cayman Island for the last 30 years, sir.
So have you participated in the elections in the past? Or you not bother with that?
In Jamaica?
Yeah.
In Jamaica election?
Yes.
No, because I'm not living there.
Oh, okay. I got you. But you still love your country, though.
That's why I call it now, because I love for my country. A matter of fact, my whole intention was when I retire from Cayman was to reside right back in my country.
All right. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to send you a message. Or send me a message, and I am going to refer you to somebody who I think is very capable of giving you the guidance.
Okay,
because the truth is, I don't want to take this on knowing very well, based on what you have outlined, that we can't help you. Right, Markland? Mm-hmm. So I'm going to refer you to somebody. Just send me a message in the message section, and I'll respond to you later on and provide you with a name or some contact with somebody that you can talk to. All right?
I appreciate that.
Respect, Michael.
You have to add him as a friend.
Yes. Yeah, man,
you have to add him as a friend, and he has to add you as well.
All right.
Yeah,
no problem.
For him to send a message.
All right.
Yeah,
no problem. Yes, sir. All right. Respect
but
for
I
that.
keep listening, you guys.
Man. And continue sharing the good news about Jamaica. Jamaica is stronger than it has ever been in the history. The 30 years ago when you left Jamaica is a different Jamaica today. And you probably know that when you come. When you come to Jamaica, you notice a difference in the landscape of the country.
To be honest with you.
Yes.
To be honest with you, Jamaica is a beautiful place to live.
Yes, sir.
The problem we're having with Jamaica is crime, number one, top of the list.
We have 19% reduction in crime, sir. 230 something less persons died this year than last year.
But it's still too high, brother.
If one person, if we have one murder for the year, one, it is too high.
Yes.
So let us deal with the fact that we are heading in the right direction, because we are 19.5% lower, which is about 200 and odd less person murdered this year to date than the year before.
Right. So how low it is now than 30 years ago?
30 years ago, the murder rate in Jamaica moved from 434 and it climbed to 1,588, sir.
That's why I'm saying
in 1989, sir, in 1989, we had a murder rate of 434. And the government changed in 1989. You remember that?
Yeah, man. Yes, man.
Good.
Yeah,
so
man.
the government changed in 1989.
Yeah? I was in Jamaica when it changed. Yeah.
Good. And one government, one political party ruled Jamaica from 1989 until 2007, sir. When they got the murder rate in 1989, sir, it was 434. But by the time we got to 2007, when the government changed again, you remember that?
Yes, man. Yeah, man. I follow it, you know, even though
right.
I still
so
follow
if
it.
When you follow it, I want you to follow it with these information in the back of your head. So when the government changed again in 2007, the murder rate, which was at 434, ballooned to 1,588.
Right.
You understand that?
Right.
So that is the period from 89 to 2007. Increase from 434 to 1,588. Under who? The People's National Party.
Well, I should tell you something now. One of the reasons that is ballooning the murder rate in Jamaica. Would you want to hear that?
Tell me, sir.
Injustice.
And
when I say injustice, I'm not talking about no particular party now.
No. You
get me?
No. What you're saying is not far-fetched. It's not far-fetched. Injustice is a part of it. But, Sir Mike, I just wanted to put that.
Because, hold on.
No, go ahead. Make your point, because I have to move to somebody else.
Yeah, man. Injustice. Because if I personally was a different person, I would be adding to the murder rate.
Yes, you'd have acted a particular way, and that would have added to the increase. Yes.
Exactly.
Or the decrease.
So if we can get rid of these things, we murder rate will drop significantly.
True. There's a part of it that had to do with that too. But I wouldn't say it is the biggest contributor, because there are other nuances that affect crime. But the good thing is, sir, the positive that you have to leave this conversation with this evening is that the murder rate in Jamaica, which is the biggest concern for persons in the diaspora in particular, is that the murder rate is trending in the right direction. 19% down is historical. We've never had that before. And what that represents, Mr. Michael, is 220-something less persons dying this year by through murder than it was last year. You can't beat that even if you try.
That's a good increase.
No, not increase.
Yeah, that's good. Decrease. That's a good decrease. Decrease. Yeah.
Yes. So we look forward to that.
We continue to trend that way.
Yes, sir. All right. Respect for the link, and we touch base, eh?
Yes, man. No problem.
All right. No problem. Good. All right, folks. So we see quite a few people joining the conversation here, Kizzy. But you see that, Markland? This is something that we have to always remind people of, because no feel away, people in the diaspora, their biggest deterrent or their biggest conversation, the water cooler conversation, the kitchen table conversation, the Jamaican restaurant conversation, the barber shop with the Jamaicans, the conversation is always about murder. But bear in mind,
and if I may,
yes, go ahead.
If I may jump in, Chopper, we need to understand too that crime in Jamaica has nothing to do with political parties. It's not a JLP crime thing. It's not a PNP crime thing. But at the end of the day, the government that is in charge of the country is being run and being is led by the party leader. That is one. Number two, we have to understand that we are in an age of technology, right? So gone are the days when you could track down a little man and find him. You heard about you heard about I know you heard about the fine in Caribbean Estate. I would say an upscale community in Portmore, gated. You understand me? Renita Adams style security. And at the end of the day, they were still able to operate out of Caribbean State. $100 million plus firearms and all these kind of stuff. So we have to understand that fighting crime in the 60s and 70s and 80s and even 90s is not the same as fighting crime today. No. Because man have 10 cell phone, you have all different clone accounts and that kind of stuff, and they are moving around in such a way that, boy, if you don't have your ears to the ground, if you don't have somebody on the inside to provide you with information, you can't catch these guys so easily. So when I hear people saying, boy, it is still too high, yes it is, but don't look on the where it's at now. Look at where it's going. So we always see the cup half full, not half empty. You understand me? And that's the thing. When you check the states, if you should do a survey in the States and realize and hear about the number of mass shootings each week in just one state, it's like over 100 in just one state. You understand me?
And we're not suffering that way in Jamaica.
Exactly. Crime is everywhere. And the same Jamaicans living in Canada, England, and America, they are also at risk, because you can walk into a Walmart and there's a mass shooting. You can walk into a Loblaws in Canada and there's a mass shooting. Anywhere in the world right now, you can go and your life is at risk. So let us look on the positive. We're able to get the crime rate 19.5% down. If it's even 1%, it's better than none at all.
But what that represents, Marcus, make no mistake about it, that represents 200 and I think 219 or 213 fewer murders this year.
Exactly.
That's significant, because guess what? That 200 and odd persons who have not been murdered or who weren't murdered last year could have very well been one of us.
Exactly my point. Exactly.
I mean, if you're in Jamaica, it could very well be you.
Exactly.
So that is something for us to celebrate.
What's going on? Of course.
We're not happy that the other persons are murdered, because we don't want any Jamaican to be murdered.
And we're not happy that it's still high. We're not happy that it's still high either, but it's going down. So look on where it's going. Look on what's happening with the crime rate. You understand me? Just a week or two ago, we were able to put in a police post in Gregory Park, where there has been some upsurge in murder and criminal activities. But we were able to mobilize and move in with Honorable MP Terry Long was able to work with the Minister of National Security, Dr. Chang, and get a police post put into Gregory Park. So I know that will also affect the level of crime that we're seeing in Portmore. So we have to look at the bigger picture, and it's time we stop looking at where we're coming from and who did this and who did that. Look at where we are now and how we can get much further. And another thing is that we can't. You see, a lot of people, and if I should go down a political line, right? We were in a prison for 18 years, and one man coming now, and they're expecting that everything that was wrong or that is wrong with the country must be fixed overnight. It not in a real world. No, it can't happen. Nowhere in the world can that happen. It's gonna take time. So when you go to a doctor, the doctor go and diagnose the condition. After he diagnose the condition, what him do? Him prescribe the medication. Now, if you don't take the medication as prescribed, your recovery period will be much longer than what it ought to be, and that is a problem. So as we prescribe the solution for for various situations in Jamaica, at the end of the day, not everybody going to follow according to plan. So it's going to take a while to get certain things done. You understand me? But it can be done. We need all hands on deck. And it's about time we see that Jamaica is heading in a good direction. And not only for ourselves, but what type of Jamaica do you want to leave for your children and your children's children? Because we're getting older. So when the crime rate get to 50% down, we might not be around. But that's what we want for for our next generation.
But I can tell you, Markland, with the rate things are going in Jamaica in terms of revaluing properties and just the way of life in Jamaica. If it is that we can achieve what we have achieved so far with the sort of murder rate that we have, can you imagine 50% less murders in Jamaica? How that would impact the standard of living for individuals, businesses, and all that good stuff.
Yes.
It's going to be a positive.
So hopefully we can achieve that by Vision 2020, because we have another 5 years. And
well, the Prime Minister did make a very bold statement recently when he said that he is looking at Jamaica becoming a developed country within the next 5 years. You know, all things remain equal.
It's possible.
And I think it's possible. We're not far away from that. We're punching way above our weight now. So if we get to fix certain things within the next couple of years, I don't see us too far away from being a developed country. What say you, Philippian?
International.
I think we can achieve it. We're on the right path already, and it's just a matter of time and for us to keep this leader, governing this country. I believe in the vision, and he doesn't only have a vision, he put it into to practice, see it physically. Right, and incrementally things are happening, and I am hopeful. I've never seen a leader that had inspired me like this before. The last person was Barack Obama, and I'm getting this sense of just being hopeful and prosperous with this leader. I don't know. Every day I go to his page to listen to him, to learn from him. It's not. He will tell you it's not about politics only for you to just come and jump up and down. He's always teaching you something, And I would implore other people to listen to your leader, the head of the government. He will inspire you, right? His message is always a message of hope. It's not a doom and gloom. Yeah,
right.
He was he came from nothing to something. So he's like the epitome of what we should all strive to be, and he's leading this country forward. I am just hopeful. But good morning to everyone, and good morning, Happy Wife. She's new on the platform. First I'm seeing her.
Happy Wife Club, good morning.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm very well. I think I might have to change my name to the Happy Husband Club.
I was just about to run my live. I was just going on my live because I don't know what is it about me, if it is because me and my bamboo story. But then I saw Markland. I was just turning on and I saw Markland on this platform. And I said, well, if Markland is here, this is credible, because dozens of persons send me requests every week to be a host, but I don't trust them. But when I see Markland here, I say, okay, let me stop and see what is happening here.
Good. So welcome, man. Thank you for stopping by.
That's my happy wife, Chopper. That's my happy wife.
Yes, man. We keep good companies over here.
Yes, sir.
But I have a question though, and I'm not sure if this is the right forum. As I said, I just turned on the phone to go on my live and saw Markland, so I stopped. So I'm not sure.
Shoot, man, shoot. Let's see.
You hear that I'm not sure. There is this. I am on social media for a while because I'm a social media baby, and my life was never been threatened until 3 days ago. My life was threatened on social media. Why? There is this blogger who took to the platform to say, Mr. Andrew Holness paid me $1 million to bring the PMP party down. I was born in 1969. I was born in the era when sanitary napkin was married with flour, when corned beef, when saltfish was married to baked bean. So I don't need anybody to tell me my history. And I am quite cognizant that Markland is saying we don't have to go back where we are coming from to talk about it. But that is quite vivid for me, because if I don't remember where I am coming from, I have no idea where you're going. In where I am going.
Yes. You see, Jamaica didn't start in 2016. Jamaica didn't get started in 2016. And the problems and the issues that Jamaica faces weren't originated in 2016. And for you to fix those problems, sometimes you have to go back to the origin of these problems and see what went wrong. Jamaica cannot afford to go back to that period that you just spoke to a while ago, which is the dark days of the 1970s. I was telling the story last night. Just last night, I was telling the story. And this morning as well, I was telling the story about my father. We lived in St. Elizabeth, Markland. Happy wife, Petal, Kizzy, Philippian. We lived in St. Elizabeth. And when the flour came to the shop, Mr. Morris' shop, God bless him soul, and his wife, Miss Estelle called my father and said, Maki, flour come down on Mr. Morris. You hear me? My father called me and said, go down on Mr. Morris, go buy 1.5 pounds of mixed flour. For those of you who don't know, it's 1.5 pounds of white flour with 0.5 pound of cornmeal. That is what 1.5 pounds of mixed flour is. And when I go down there and tell him what my father said, she said, tell Maki, say, the flour married to stay free. Me a little boy, I don't know what stay free is, so I just carry the message. So I get it, so I sell it. Carry back to my father, I tell him. And I won't tell you what my father's reaction was at the time, but it was very aggressive. He eventually got the flour, but he had to really go down there and use some choice word with him cutlass. So me live the same period, my dear lady. And it is important for young voters who never experienced life under the PNP. It is of utmost importance that people like yourself and others remind them of the dangers of flirting with the idea of voting for the PNP. That is why it is important to remind them. And we must make sure that it is cemented in their brains. We don't have to go over the 1990s because see, the FinSAP archives just come out there. At 30 years, I set back that. So carry on, my dear lady. I just had to plug that in.
I am from St. Elizabeth too, you know. I am from Roses Valley, Balaclava.
There you go.
And I don't believe it is from the Roses Valley that the things were married. Because I am from a Roger Clark community. Not even donkey could walk on Roger Clark mother-in-law road.
Thank you.
So I am from Roses Valley, so I know what we went through there. Nothing is done in Northeast under Roger Clark for 3 terms.
Thank you.
So my question is, this young man ran to social media to say, the Prime Minister gave me $1 million to cash dirt on the PNP. And I am not even interested in the descriptive that he used, because the men over on the orange side don't respect female because they give Sister P mental illness. So I am not even going into the derogatories. My question is, in such a damning report, I work in the court system for 20 years, in such a damning report against my life, what do I do with this man?
Well,
as I say, I'm not sure if the page.
If you report it,
but
report it. There's a the laws out there to protect against anything like that. Cyberbullying, cyber threats. There's laws out there, so you need to report it to the relevant authority. Trust me, there is laws there to do that.
Make it public as well. Make it public. Post it to Mocha.
The man, and it's as if he has proof.
A lot of them out there doing it, you know.
Gave me $1 million because they are trying to silence me, but you can't silence me. I just came to Canada 4 years ago. I live in Jamaica all my life. Andrew Holness is the only prime minister in my 55 years that carry out election promises.
Thank you very much. And I dare say to anybody who want to pull up the JLP's manifesto that was presented in 2016 and in 2020. And I dare anybody at all to go through that manifesto and point out 2 items that has not been implemented. 2. Find 2 items on the JLP's manifesto that has not been implemented.
And let me just quickly jump back in, Happy Wife and Chopper. You know, when I said don't remind, what I'm really talking about is it's mainly members of the diaspora. Yes. Members of the diaspora tend to want to go down certain road, and instead of looking at where we're at today, because they are the ones, most of them, they are the ones who want to come back home, you know. They are the ones who want to come home, and before they look at where we are today and where we're heading, they are the ones who want to tend to go back from time to time. But I have no problem, and you're right. We need to remind, especially the younger voters, because they have no clue as to what stay free was. Stay free and rice, or stay free and corn and flour was like back then. You understand me? So we need to remind them of the 18 years that we've encountered. And make them know that right now the best leadership, what is right for Jamaica now is Andrew Holness.
Petal, talk to us about how you feel about this whole young people, you know, the young folks who need to be reminded of the dangers of flirting with the PNP. What's your take on that?
1 second. You see, experience teaches wisdom. And a lot of them are just going off what they were told, right? They never really experienced it, and they will tell you that my grandmother said this or my mother said that. When in actuality, some of them not even research any of that information, because some of them you hear them come up with the nonsense about Siaga, CIA, Siaga, flour, and if then just take a minute and go research the information, you know, it will clear up everything. But I tell them, I have been around, I am a 70s baby, and I know a little bit about the whole marina stuff. My father was a shopkeeper at one point. I know that when you never carry out certain orders, my father was shot. He wasn't robbed. He was shot. Bad man strain come in and shop. What you deal with, right? Because him say, now look on a big man and a married, no stay free with no flow on them bullshit there. You understand? So they don't know. They don't know, and at 90s and 2000s, baby, would not have the experience that we have, and know, say, PNP are not people for flirt with, PNP are not people for play with. You see? The lady come, Happy Wife come and do her blogging. Okay? And she talk about Michael Manley and whatnot and her experiences. You see what they do? I threaten her. Yeah. But I say to you, report it to the Canadian authorities, report it to the Jamaican authorities, and expose the person.
Absolutely.
As well.
I hope you have the recording or the messages that was sent to you.
Yes, Happy Joy. You have to set an example out of that person. You have to make an example out of time.
Yeah,
like make an example out of time.
The goal is to muzzle. The goal is to muzzle. The goal is to muzzle as many people as possible.
Yeah.
And when we have a live and stuff, then resort to coming in our inbox and threatening and tell we all kind of something. Report it.
Kizzy, what say you?
Do you know who it is, Happy Wife?
No, the thing is, he goes by an alias. He goes by something or another, because what he did, he screenshot my face, screenshot it, create all this nastiness and using my face on his thing. So I don't use his name, because the mistake he made is that he screenshot my face, use my name in all of the thing, and all of his followers came over on my page, because I get 2,000 followers in 2 days from his people them. So he sent them, so I don't use his name to give him any clout, because they are looking clout whilst they are setting up persons' lives.
True.
Well, it's a cybercrime, so you report. Don't take it lightly, no.
No, because Jamaica is my home. I plan on returning to Jamaica next year, because I am coming big and bad to campaign for the JLP.
Good. Thank you.
Okay, so I was asked my opinion. I have a little question to ask Happy Wife. Somebody need to mute. Miss Happy Wife, I want clarity. Were you one of those persons who was upset at the time when Mrs. Holness was appointed Speaker of the House?
I was one of the bloggers who I am a blogger, and I just blog. Mr. Mark Golden took my blog to Parliament, because I am a blogger who just blog.
So it was that. So that video of you denouncing Mrs. Holness at that time, it was you, right?
Yes.
Okay. So basically, at that time, you were just doing what you are doing now for the Jamaica Labour Party. You were voicing your opinion.
No, I am a blogger. I blog on Markland. If I blog on anything that is current, I blog. I don't mix politics in my blogs. I just blog. For what, and whenever time I did blogs, let's say I did 2 blog on Andrew, who should have rolled back the 25 million, because we were campaigning to roll it back. We need you to win. That is the thing that is angering the people. Roll back the 25 million because you don't want it. And then I blog. I had never come out and said to anybody I supported the JLP or the PNP. For whatever reason, the PNP believed that I am orange and Mr. Mark Golden took my blogs to Parliament. So when
so basically at that time he used your blog as ammunition, so to say, to say this is what the public is saying.
Yes. So
did anybody from the Jamaica Labour Party threaten you?
No, because because I just blog. I have never aligned myself with any political party. I talk about my bamboo.
Okay, so Miss Lisa, I'm going to tell you this. I was one of those persons who saw your video, and I was so angry, me class you to the dirt.
Exactly.
And I did not even wait 1 minute, because me no grow in corner. I did not know that I would even get the opportunity to be on the same platform to have a conversation with you, but I was so upset. But it never came in my brain at any point to seek you out and send you any threat. But you know, speaking about your experience during Michael Manley time, and this is what they are doing to you. I am just happy that you are here now speaking, and I am getting the opportunity to say to you that that is how the PNP operate. And although you're much older than I am and lived through that time, you are also experiencing how wicked and evil they can be. Because what you said that time in that video, miss, may I tell you, maybe if me did see you, I would have fight you physically.
Exactly.
I would have fight you physically.
Right.
But I would never go on your platform.
As a PNP.
I would never go on your platform and tell you, say, me, I'm going to threaten you. I would never do that. So as everybody else is saying, report it. I know they're playing nasty.
I was labeled as a PNP. And then when I realized that they're labeling me as a PNP, because I don't use my platform to do politics. I don't. So if Andrew do something, me create a blog. If anybody do something, I create a blog. That's my strong point. I am a blogger. But then they started labeling me now as PMP, and I remember that I have my bell as a child. And if you call me a PMP, I'm very offended. If you link me with PMP, I take serious offense. So then I went about now and I created a blog for the PMP and said PMP Porsche people are still using pit toilets. And then that is when the narrative changed. They are saying, who are you? Because you just do a blog on Andrew. You just do a blog on Portia. Who are you? And I said, I am a Jamaican. And I am on the side of Jamaican. Then now, a couple weeks back, the PMP now start to call me out personally. And I said, all right, let's stop talk about the bamboo for a while. Let us go back to 19 whatever, and let us dig up the history of the PMP. And so I'll leave my bamboo alone and I start recall to the younger generation the history of the PMP. So now I am threatened because Andrew pay me off.
All I am saying is that is just this. You are facing what a lot of us face on a regular basis. And when we speak, people might think because we are diehards that we are lying about the evil and the way how they go about things. So I am happy that you can come now here and speak to what you are experiencing, because the things you said that in that video about Mrs. Wholeness and Mr. Wholeness at that time, never nice.
Exactly.
But we did not attack you. So
Exactly.
if you are speaking about a lived experience, because it's two different type of blogging. You had your opinions on the decision that the government make, but yes, when you speak about the married flour, married rice and pad and Michael Manley time, is a lived experience.
Yes.
So it is two different things. One can have respect for your opinion, but one can also have a different respect for your experience. And that they want to threaten you and say, Mr. Oldness appear. That's how PNP go to work, dirty work. And as everybody else say, just report it. You have to. You can't take no joke with. You can't play with them. There are cybercrime laws, so report it.
And you know the thing that hurt me? I am just going about talking about my bamboo, you know. I don't mix politics with my thing, you know. But you know something? They didn't know that I have ammunition. They didn't know that, and it will be war against them because I
politics. Politics them want. Politics them want. Politics
yes,
them will get.
Yeah, because
simple.
They didn't know that when I went to the university, I studied politics. So I know how the PMP garrisons come about. So I will dish dirt on. Now that they get my attention, they better handle it because I will pull up everything from the PMP.
Thank you very much.
So hold on there. Hold on there, Miss Happy. So you come off of my friend Miss Kitty now.
Listen, I am a blogger and I defended the poor. So Miss Kitty was about licking poor people, and if you lick poor people, me lick you back because I know what PMP do to it. I am just a blogger, and as I said, I walk far from politics. I don't.
And you see this is the thing. A lot of persons are blogging. They don't care about either side. They are just creating content.
Exactly.
Right. Miss Kitty is a public figure, so anybody can share their opinion on any public utterance that Miss Kitty make. Is it up to me or you guys, the viewers, to say we side with this person or we don't side with it, because that is the way of social media now. But this thing about threatening persons based on them sharing their lived experience, it is wrong.
But you can't say the man give me $1 million and he's talking like he already know who, like he knows who give me the $1 million, and he and has his people them calling me and sending me all kind of threats because so then that means that what I am saying have some merits. It means that what I am saying then sound truthful. That they put a price to it to silence me. I will not be silent. I am a Jamaican. I come from St. Elizabeth. I call a spade a spade.
Preach it. Preach
so
it.
Politics them want.
Politics they shall get.
Gonna get.
Richard, you're up. Richard. Is that Wizzy?
Freedom of speech. Chop. They are the first person to say, oh, dictatorship, freedom, no freedom, I don't want sense away. This is the message of the PNP tell people every day, oh, the government want control, no can't talk. And with this, and them one want talk. They don't want nobody else talk.
But you see, when you talk about dictatorship, the PNP should not use the word dictatorship. Because it was the PNP who did what only dictators do, which is lock up your opponent and call a general election. They did so in 1976. So if we're going to talk about dictatorship, the PNP has a track record on that. They have the trophy for that. They own that. They declared a state of public emergency in Markland back in 1976. Release a song by Never Martin 14 days before the general election. Call it and won. Only in communist countries, you lock up your opponent and call an election. Only communist countries do that kind of thing. So if we're talking about dictatorship, the PNP is closer to being a dictator than any other government in this country. Mario.
Wagwan, my boss. Mr. Moreland, Wagwan, big boss. Yeah, Moreland.
Yeah, go ahead, Mario.
Markland,
sorry.
Moreland.
Yeah, Markland. And no,
Yeah.
Sir Markland, I want to talk to you because
his mic is mute. Mr. Markland, your mic is mute, sir.
Yeah, go ahead, Mario. Go ahead with the question. We'll get into Markland.
in the next few days, chaps, me are the backyard, right? And me ready to start campaign, but me I go in the Britain division. Mr. Markland know me. He know me. He come at the house, me and him reason and things like that. So me have to go do local campaigning over there. Me I go Southeast Center because me need a seat the chopper and I see the can be one. Me don't want nobody tell me nothing. I down them, I walk down there, so. Mr. Rad, when we are running at the division at Britain, I go run against Fix Jackson. When name again? Mr.
Dabney.
Yeah, I want to look a campaigning team as well. So I want to talk to Mr. Markland to find out what going on the ground so far and things like that. Because the next few days, me debackyard and the road me I eat. Me no business. Who wanted it with me and who no wanted it? Because guess what? Me now go back. Me can't make Jamaica go back. Even if me alone have to stand up and fight, me alone can't go. But me now go back. I can't afford to go back.
Can't afford to.
Because guess what? Yesterday me go up on a live. This lady says she a labor right. Long time labor right. And me go up on there. Me hear them attack all manner of evil but the Prime Minister. Say I'm a dictator. And him a this and him a that. And it just begs the question how ignorant. How ignorant people can be when they don't know the fact. They're talking stuff without they have no idea about. You understand? The matter be a crap and me go up on the live and I tell them challenge me and I had my arguments. I mean now backfriend them and people by the arguments that I have, which is true. You understand? That's only the thing about us as labor rights, we do not talk things off of the top of our head. We talk facts. That's what we do. We talk facts. And the PNP not like that. And I wire them saying if I wire them one, me I go bring wire to them because me can't afford to go back. God say I know.
Can you fix it?
Markland, you can please open your mic, sir. Mario wants.
Yeah, while Markland do that. Wizzy. We see Wizzy in the box. Is that Wizzy? WRZZY?
You're calling for me, Chopper?
Yes, Mario was.
Mario wants to speak with you.
Sir Markland.
Yes, sir.
Wagwan.
Not much.
You remember the vice?
Yes, man.
All right. Marine Park, right?
Of course.
What go on the ground? Cause in the next few weeks, me at the back of Jamaica. In the next few days, sorry, me at the back of Jamaica.
Well, not much, you know. As I mentioned earlier on, that we're putting a police post in Gregory Park. MP Terry Long, along with the Minister of National Security, we implemented that the other day, and the Prime Minister. We had Area Council 2 conference last Sunday. And Southeastern Conference, Constituency Conference, MP Robert Miller and the Prime Minister announced that they're going to be doing some road work in terms of not even road work, but a massive road infrastructure from Brayton up to Nagoid up to Helsha along the Brayton Main Road. Of course, Grange Lane, the work on Grange Lane, some $925 million has been earmarked for that already. That work has started. Some 15 houses coming over to the Bernal Lodge development, and a whole lot of stuff happening in Portmore. I mean, we're going to transform Portmore into the Silicon Valley and Little Miami. So, and I can tell you, I mean, as it is right now, with the amount of businesses that are popping up in Portmore and people moving to Portmore, we really need more. There's going to be another entrance into Portmore off the Mandela Highway. So lots of things happening, man. Portmore is looking good. Yeah, man. And of course, the PNP, all the PNP talking about is the potholes and whatnot, but they're not listening to what the Prime Minister is saying and what the development that he has planned for Portmore, because the mayor is one that is always absent, and it looks bad. And let me say this on the record. You cannot be the mayor of a city like Portmore, the next parish, and because of a political alliance, you don't show up at major events in Portmore. When companies are being opened in Portmore, the mayor is absent. When Minister Vance came over here and the Prime Minister and gave 100 buses to the residents of Portmore, the mayor was absent. No, you see, we need proper representation. We need proper representation for the people of Portmore. Because you are not just the mayor for the PNP. You must be the mayor for every citizen, every resident of Portmore. And that man only show up when there's a PNP event. But anything the Prime Minister is doing, once the Prime Minister is coming to Portmore, is MIA. And him send Fitz Jackson or Alric to represent him. You understand me? All this man do is keep round robbing on birthday party.
I know that, you know, I know that my mayor, because me consider you as my mayor. Remember, me tell me how you talk about this already.
Yeah.
And when me want to really find out is if Mr. Dabney is actually doing any kind of campaigning or such things like that, because me plan to touch the road with him, but I can only do that for maybe few weeks, because I'm trying to enter Southeast Center, because I really want that's where I was literally born at Southeast Center.
Yeah.
So I spent a lot of my time there. But knowing that I live in the Brayton, sorry. And Mr. Dabney is there. You know, he needs help. He needs a lot of help, Chopper. If you can give us some help to Chopper, we really will appreciate it. You understand? As you know, Big Boss. Their plan, as I said, the next few days I'll be there in Jamaica. I'm just a plan to do some campaigning and do some serious campaigning.
Mario, what the government needs to do forthwith, what the government needs to do is to cut off the various communities and establish Portmore as the 15th parish. We need to cut off Lime Tree Grove, Lakes Pen, Quarry Hill, Garbally Drive, Dunby Holding, send them to Spanish Town and establish Portmore. Keep Caribbean Estate, keep Phoenix Villa, keep Country Club. You understand me? And really make Portmore what it's supposed to be, because people are confused right now. You don't know if when you're voting in Caribbean Estate, you don't know if you're voting for Spanish Town or Portmore.
That was the problem. You know? That's what caused your thing. You know? That's what that was.
Can I tell you? Can I tell you?
Yeah, man. I see it. I see it.
The residents of Caribbean Estate don't vote for the mayor of Portmore. How can that make sense?
It is crazy. You understand? And Phoenix Park people, some people in a Phoenix Park vote for you. Some people don't. It doesn't make any sense.
Exactly.
You understand? And that's
Can you guys explain about the bus and the buses that they handed over and how they park? The people are able to park at the mall and take the bus over again. Someone explain.
Portmore need proper governance. Portmore is in need of proper governance and leadership. And with a PNP mayor and a PNP control municipality, it will never happen. That's what's lacking in Portmore. When you go to the Portmore Mall, it's chaos. Taxis, vendors, everywhere. When you go to Greater Portmore Shopping Center, it's chaos over by the health center because it turned into a market. There's nothing is going on in Portmore under the PNP-led municipality. The place almost looks like Spanish Town on the weekend. And of course, you know that Spanish Town mayor is a PNP mayor also.
The same mayor. He's the one that actually fighting against everything that the Labour Party wants to do in Portmore.
Exactly.
And a lot of people are saying that nothing going on in Portmore, the government not doing nothing. When is the mayor literally fighting against everything that the Honourable Prime Minister wants to do there?
He blocks everything. He blocks everything.
The business center that they want to put, they are blocking it as well. And it is sad.
To tell the truth, the Prime Minister take too long for my Portmore part. Him try to do it the other day. I'm a bet about that. Him try to do that the other day.
No, he should have done it, but this is the thing, big boss. It's not that you can't just get up and just do it like that. It has to go through a process. You understand? And then you know you have to hold them everywhere. Because as Aluna Samba said, they might make some civic committee and put some PNP people all about the place. So you see,
Mario, you see this notion, you see this talk about PNP is a Portmore is PNP country. That's a myth. That's a myth. Portmore was developed. Portmore was established by our late former leader and Prime Minister Edward George Siaga.
Yes. You remember Siaga started Portmore. Siaga started Portmore.
Siaga started Portmore, so I don't know how the PNP come to claim for it.
Yeah, I started Portmore and maybe Portmore, but I was aware though. You want the people in go drown. Remember?
Exactly. And they want to take credit for what them have, but them have a hand in. You understand? But it's high time the party do something. And plus, we have to just do what we have to do. Right. It's politics.
All right. 20 years ago, Portmore became municipal. 20 years ago. That time that Portmore never quite mature enough to be a party. And to me, the municipality never really made no sense because at the end of the day, it still have an answer to the mayor of Spanish Town. I think the party to be more makes sense. As we have a mayor port, we have a mayor parish. To me, two parish, a mayor, one parish have two mayors. To me, it's very confusing. But that's the sense in that.
Exactly, and we need to just call a spade and what we have to do. If we really want to turn Portmore into Silicon Valley, we have to do what we have to do.
Mr. Mark.
All right, go ahead.
Hi, Mr. Mark.
Morning.
Good morning, everyone else. I voted for you in Portmore from Mr. Robert Miller's constituency.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You said something about the mayor blocking the progress to the prosperity to Portmore. I just don't.
I think I'm muted.
Go ahead now, Mario.
So the municipal corporation literally control local governance, right? as it relates to certain things that needs to take care of. So when the government, central government, want to do something, they have to go through the municipal corporation, which is controlled by the mayor. And if the mayor, there's nothing at all the central government or the prime minister can do about it.
I disagree with you, Mario. I disagree with you. This local government have a minister too, and what the local government minister wants should override what the mayor local from the local ministry. I have the same question, and I would really prefer if Markland would answer.
Yes, that's what
answer,
I was
because
going to
Markland is physically involved in that area. So Markland, please, because I as a labor right, we wait how long for Portmore become a parish, and it has been on the books for so long now.
I hear you. No, what Mario is saying is really true or really so going on, because there are events and there are even plans. If you can call Big Rob, you can call Robert Miller and ask him. There are plans that Robert Miller wants to do, and when him submit the plans to the municipality, then block it. They say no. They're okay. You see the park that is being built in out by the Portmore Mall, the resilient park that the Prime Minister going for the other day to be completed in September of 2025. When they wanted to do that, all the paperwork and fees that were supposed to be done, at the end of the day, some of the fees that were expecting to be waived, the municipality didn't waive the fees. And there are projects and things that are to be implemented. And if you submit your plans to the municipality and they realize that it's a JLP initiative, they block it or they delay. They send back and forth paperwork, send back that back and forth. That's how it is. So what we need is full governance of the municipality, because that's what I mean. If my government, my leader, is interested in developing Portmore, and he reached out to the municipality to get certain things done. As the mayor of Portmore and as a member of the Jamaica Labour Party, it's a signature. It's just a signature and it's a done deal. But let me just add to that. The progress of Portmore, and then they're the same ones are going to tell the people that nothing is being done in Portmore, which they are. Can I just
add to that, Markland, because I have a problem with persons passing the buck. Or, for example, citing reasons why we can't get things done. Let me give you a typical example of why no municipal corporation should be able to stop a project that the government wants to get done.
Exactly.
When the Hope House, when the Prime Minister approve a Hope House for an individual in any constituency, no municipal corporation can stop it. None. Every single thing that is supposed to be done is waived. You tell me
not
one.
Portmore.
Well, we've done it in Portmore too. I guarantee there's Hope House. But I don't know if there's any Hope Houses built in Portmore. But we've built in Manchester.
There was one. I know of one that was done. That was given to a lady in Newlands. That's in Orlando Terry Long's constituency.
Yes.
But I can tell you for the most part, Chopper, believe you me, for the most part, the municipality is a hindrance.
They will try that, Markland. And I agree with you. They will always try to stop these things because I think it's going to be beneficial to the JLP. And that is one of the reasons why the PNP members of parliament, based on what I have gathered, have not taken up their 5 house per year as yet. They have not maximized the amount allocated to them. But I will say to you that whenever the Prime Minister, whenever the Prime Minister declare something a national project, for example, like the Resilient Park in Portmore, no municipal corporation can step foot on there and talk any nonsense. And I've seen it with my own 2 eyes. Look, I've seen it with my own 2 eyes. Where a Hope House was being built and a municipal corporation attempt to step in to ask for plans and all of that. And what do you have to say? This come from OPM. Have a nice day.
Let me say something. She said she have a follow-up question, but let me say something quickly. I saw a clip the other day of Minister Mackenzie was speaking about the Negril market. And he spoke about some $70 million or something like that. That is the parish council down there. It's giving the same kind of problems that
they're sitting on the money down there in the market has not been built. That's
right. And I keep asking myself, because it's not the first or the second time I hear the minister speak about this market down by Negril. And I keep asking myself, how are they sitting and allowing them to drag things out? So this is really the conversation. Yes, we know they are also elected officials. Yes, we know they are of the office. But it's like the IC will come and say them now have to come to answer to nobody.
The money.
These mayors are rogue mayors.
Kizzy,
there has to be something that can be done against them.
The solution to problems like that is that you return the money to the council fund and then you release the money to the member of parliament, if it's a JLP member of parliament, and get it done. This excuse about we can't do this, if you stop, man. We can't get it done.
Yeah, government. Do your follow-up question, government. Then I continue.
Okay. To Mr. Markland, right? Pretty much. Based on your answer to my question, you said pretty much the municipal corporations, they are being like a block to the prosperity to the people. What I get from that is it would appear as though the mayor is the one that have the ultimate powers if he's the one that is in control, and that is not the case. The prime minister is. So why should an ordinary mayor block something that the prime minister is doing? And if that is the case, then wouldn't that suggest that there needs to be a systematic change to not hinder that?
Exactly. What we need, you see, as Mario was explaining, the local authority, the municipality, they have a level of authority because they basically run the city or the municipality. So everything have to go through them regardless. You understand what I'm saying? But when they're not seeing eye to eye, when they're not on the same page, they will delay things. They will block things, and at the end of the day, because it's not their party in power, they will make it look bad on the government that we are not doing anything. When Keith Hines, the JLP, Keith was the mayor, and he was a JLP. He had a PNP municipality running because he had predominantly it was controlled by the PNP. So everything that Keith Hines wanted to get done, he couldn't get a vote because currently we only have three sitting councillors on the municipality. In the municipality, it is controlled by the PNP. So anything that you need to get done, and you need a vote, and you need signatures from the councillors to get it done, they don't sign on to it, and you can't get certain things done because you know there's a lot of legal ramification if you breach certain things. So what we need to do is to have the municipality being not so much of a figurehead per se, but they should be able to carry out the mandate of the government, regardless whether they are controlled by the PNP or the JLP. The government runs the country, and the municipality is the local arm of the government. So whatever the government is implementing for the benefit of the people, it should be allowed. But that's not the case in Portmore. That's not the case in Portmore.
So,
Leon Thomas and his cronies are holding up hindering the progress of Portmore.
I understand now. But in the meantime, because we don't have that systematic change yet, it sounds as if the local government the law that governs those municipal corporations needs to be reviewed. But in the meantime, who is communicating these roadblocks to the citizens? Because it's the first I'm being aware of all these issues. who is holding the speaker, who is the town crier, letting persons in their community know that this is what is happening? Because if it is that we're going to sit back and say, oh, the mayor is holding back the process, but we don't talk to the people, it's going to seem as if we are the one that's not doing stuff.
It is known. The MPs, the two sitting MPs, and Alanda Terrelong for East Central, and MP Robert Miller for Southeastern. Likewise, MP caretaker Delroy Dobney for St. Catherine Southern. They make it known. The councillors and caretakers, they make it known. But yet still, for some reason, these people went to the polls in February and still re-elected the People's National Party to control the municipality. It is known.
Mr. Markland, I live in Edgewater, right? And it's the first I'm hearing of this. There are persons who don't speak to their MPs or councillor. Since I'm able to vote in 2016, I voted twice, right? I voted for Keith Blake the first time when he lost, and I voted for Robert Miller. I've never exchanged word with any of these two individuals, but I voted for you, and it's the first time speaking to you. So what I'm saying is that there are thousands more like me who will go out and vote, but don't necessarily, because I know everybody really in at the chattings with the MP. Like for me, I only care about the work that you're doing or not doing. I don't need to have a conversation with you. So if you don't get a chance to speak to me, to tell me of these roadblocks, how else can I know?
Well, you have a point, and that's taken. And what the Prime Minister is also doing, just as though he revamped the administration, the information arm of the government, where you have Dr. Dixon, if I get him right, doing the government's PR, and then
Mark Langana tea time. But you see, this is exactly what I was saying earlier, because I know of the roadblocks. I know about it. I hear Big Rob speaking, and I'm also very close to one of the councillor caretakers. He was not successful in the local government election. But you see, when we tell people how important local government election is to go out and vote, can somebody please mute that account?
You can mute your mic, please.
When we tell people through the end. Can you please mute? Philippine, where you there? Because I'm not somebody
to mute her. Yeah, mute her.
Okay, thank you. When we speak about the importance of the local government election, people take it for granted, not realizing how much power these people swing. Some of them have more resources than even an MP at times. And they sit there and they do nothing. All they do is sabotage. It seems like Markland is back. Markland, yes. Let me ask you a question. I know that there was a committee, and I think Dr. Wheatley was a very big part of that as well. When was the last time you guys had a meeting regarding this whole parish thing, and what is the way going forward? Because it cannot be that the party is in power, but the PNP have more say. It just makes no sense to us.
Well, one thing I know for sure is that things are being done behind the scenes. Meetings are being held, and the Portmore becoming a parish is not far off. It's not far off. When the Prime Minister came the other day and broke grounds to construct Resilience Park out by Portmore Mall, he said it right there and then. He said, you know what? We're not even going to cut off Portmore. We're not even going to declare Portmore to be a parish before the election, because I don't want to use it as a political tool. So it is not a case that it cannot be done and it won't be done. It will be done, and it's just a matter of when. And that decision, I think, rests with the Prime Minister and the committee that is led by Dr. Andrew Wheatley. But I know it's not far off. And you're right. People are out there. And I know what I was alluding to when it comes to communication. The Prime Minister, I had a dialogue with him the other day, and he's getting ready to implement a PR team for Portmore. There's going to be focusing on Portmore to get the messaging out to the people so that they understand exactly what's happening and the plans that they have for Portmore. So things are being done. The work we are talking, we're on the ground, the councillors, the caretakers, they are going out to the people. But again, for some reason, people don't understand, as you mentioned, when it comes down to local government, if you don't go out there and vote, if you don't put your X beside the bell and allow these people to take control, we're going to be in this predicament that we're in as we speak. Because a whole lot more can be done for Portmore, and the resources are at the municipality. But guess what? They're not doing anything because they don't want the Prime Minister or the government or the Jamaica Labour Party to look good.
So, Markland, I suggest anytime you bring anything to the municipality, you make it public, because people might think that it is you who don't want to do anything. But the Labour Party is so quiet. So why don't bring things to the public?
Things are being said, because even when the other day, all right, I know.
No, you have to speak.
I know.
The municipalities blocking such.
Right. We'll take that approach, because even Big Rob, he wanted to paint some curveball, I believe, not curveball, but some signs in his constituency, and I mean it was a big thing. Even though it came out in the media that the mayor said, "Hey, you can't paint."
Several times, Markland, I've heard Big Rob and even Cliff, and I've heard him there with even the councillor caretakers, Cliff, and they spoke about and they make it seem as if the PNP reps, they make it seem as if the government is being cantankerous, and they make it seem like it's a big hoo-la-la. So I think at times the Jamaica Labour Party representatives, being the conservative persons that we tend to be, don't want to seem like we're in a war and a chaos and what have you. But you can't take that approach, because then people are left without the information and they think that you are the one who is lacking.
Exactly.
Right.
We have to speak up. We have to speak up some more, and I mean, it's what it is. It's politics. So I mean, as much as they take the lower road most of the time and they want to get dirty, but we just have to call a spade a spade. You understand? Because if you play a nice guy and roll over and play dead, then they're just gonna walk over you. But we have to bring it to the people, let them know exactly what's going on. And anybody that resides in Portmore, they've been watching Portmore these years, they can see the development of Portmore. They can see it. They can see it. Understand me? As we speak on what we call the I-95, they're widening the road, part of it, because what there's a housing development just up the road from where I'm at here. You understand me? Grange Lane is being expanded. Matthew Samuda is putting in how many feet of pipeline to send water right across Portmore, because the old infrastructure that the PNP had how many years ago, it can't manage now. Can't manage the influx of residents in Portmore. So road is being expanded, water line, main lines, pipelines are being laid as we speak, and other developments are coming to Portmore. We're transforming Portmore into a smart city. You see, so there's a whole lot going on, and it's just that the PNP with their bad mind approach don't want the people to know what's going on. We just opened a mall right at the Brayton Parkway, the Hungway Mall. You see, and then even along that Brayton Parkway, where the municipality office is, the mayor, that road. I mean, if you swing out of one pothole, you drop into another well, and the mayor sit on his laurels and do nothing about it. But yet still they want to complain that we don't have proper sewage, we don't have proper roads in Portmore.
I'm going to leave now, but I'm going to leave you with this, Mr. Markland. Even though the PNP is sitting on the resources and not doing what they should be doing with same resources, right? It's our party that's in government, and as such, even if it is that there is no law that subject the municipal corporations to carry out the mandate of the government, At the end of the day, it is our responsibility to communicate the challenges to the people, right? Whether it be social media, whatever the issue is, and don't sugarcoat it either. If it is that you want to develop somewhere, you're having a challenge with the mayor, say clear as it is, because there is no lie about it, right? So
Exactly.
let the people know, otherwise persons are going to vote ignorant to the fact. And I think that is what's happening now, and the only way to bridge that gap is communication or a change of law.
Right. Thank you. And I'll share those sentiments with the MPs and the caretakers for sure, and councillors.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Trudy?
No.
Okay, go ahead now.
Good morning, all. I was just listening. So I was just conversing with a co-worker to say, we, as JLP, we are getting the messages out there, because I know that we, whenever we are forceful in some of these blockage or sabotage, we are seen as arrogant, and the PNP, whether we like it or not, still have people in high positions. They have some law makers, they have some little workers that when they tell them things, they believe it to the very core. And sometimes they get into the heads and the minds of some of us who are JLPs. And then you hear them say, we're ignorant, we're arrogant, we're true because we are used brute force. But sometimes the messages are going out. What I think we need to do, and here in Trelawney, we need to have some more town hall meetings, some party-based workers meeting, divisional meetings, and let the people know that we are doing this, and this is the pushback. And some of us who have broad skins and broad backs can defend the party. But some of us are still scared because we are saying, it in our minds, it is PNP country. I don't know where we get that from. It is not PNP's country. This is Jamaica, and people will vote on the issues. So yes, we need to get these things out, and we need to say, and as I agree with Chopper, if we have to take back the money and give the MPs to do the work, let them do the work. But we understand that there are laws and there are policies, and we don't want to see overbearing. But persons need to engage their members of parliament too. Don't pass them and think that they know everything and they are not doing anything. Never assume. You have the right to stop these persons. Our councillors elects, our council caretakers, our MPs, and ask them. I've heard an announcement from the Prime Minister that development should go on in Portmore or Falmouth or Westmoreland, and what is happening. Everybody has to be involved, because PNP ain't gonna sit down and die. Is either them tear us up by propaganda, and sometimes we know we Jamaican, we love propaganda more than facts. But we are working and we have to get our third term, but we need to be strategic and intentional, have our town hall meetings and our divisional meetings and our party meetings. And when we say we unite, let us not that say we are united by lips. People are watching, because some of the MPs and the councillors not agree, but that is another space and time for the debate. That is my observation.
Afternoon. Hello. Hello.
We're hearing you.
Go ahead.
We're hearing you.
Yeah, big up everybody. Petal, Philippian, Chromas, and everybody. Yeah, the lady actually said most of what I was going to say now, because Mr. Edwards mentioned that the MPs and people in the party know these things, but it's not just for them to know. The people that matters most, the voters, need to know also. No. So why are we not having town hall meetings and say these things? Social media, press briefing, all these things. We need to get it out there. We can't be a case where we are in power and they like they're leading. We have to get around it. If I'm in the road to a chopper say or whatever, until Mr. Chuck change some of these laws.
But we can't allow them to sabotage the thing. You understand?
But as it relates to the town hall meeting, if there's a town hall meeting, that's the amount of people that will turn out. The only thing we can do is use social media, use the news medias if possible, to let people be aware of it. Because honestly, even the Sparks program, when the town hall meeting called, a lot of people do not show up. So they don't know what is going on in the communities, and they don't know all of these stuff, but they people find out and say that the government is doing nothing. When the government call a town hall meeting, they want people to know what is going on and what they can do and what is happening. And a lot of people don't show up. That's just fact. So
remember, it's not like first time. We have social media now, and right now social media is even more effective than traditional news. Why are we not seeing these things on social media, stating these blockages that we are facing? Whatever we have to do, we need to do it. We can't allow them to sabotage the thing. And we in the driver's seat.
Yeah, that's true, but they're there because even the Prime Minister, he spoke about it at the opening at the Resilient Park when they were breaking ground for it. Because guess what? The Resilient Park would have started and complete already, if the mayor and the parish, the municipal corporation in Portmore didn't keep on blocking it. They keep on after resubmitting stuff to the municipal corporation, and they keep on blocking it. And the Prime Minister, when he was open doing the groundbreaking, he spoke about it. Even the business center at Nagazet that's supposed to get done. It's the same thing happen, and they keep on doing the same thing over and over, and the ground should have been broken for that already. But guess what? They're playing politics, and it is just sad, but it's just how it is. It's just that we think the law, this is my opinion, the law needs the system needs to change, clean up and fix, because you can't keep on playing politics when the government want to do something, because you're going to say that the government is gaining political mileage. No, the government want to fix the country, but yet still you're doing backward and it seems as nothing is taking place. Look at it this way.
It's
the government actually give 5 houses to the MPs per year. And how many MPs on the People's National Party side actually pick up it and give out all 5 houses? Those are the things that we can talk about and think about. But they're playing politics. That's just plain it.
We need to put these things out there in the public so the public can know. You understand? Remember, anything and everything that will cause them to get into power, they will do it, and they say it. Right? If it's even if sabotage the one benefit of the people so they can get in power, they will do it. There's no old bars with them, so we can't allow whatever we have to do, we have to do it. Put it out there in the public, make people know these are the challenges we're facing. These are the things they're doing. By whatever means necessary, get it out there.
Yeah, I know that.
As someone said earlier, people vote ignorant. And don't know, say, they might say, boy, liberal, they don't do nothing or whatever. Look for when them to do that. And they know, say, at them same PMP, a block it.
Yeah, but
you understand?
Even the young lady that just came up in the box just now, she had no idea that's what the municipal. All right, she's living in Big Rob's constituency, and Big Rob wanted to do something in Bridgeport. And when he started to do it, the municipal corporation came down on him and said, boy, you can't do this, you can't do that. We wanted to do it. We wanted to do this at the playfield. And up until now, Mr. Moreland can tell you, you understand, they're having a challenge there in Portmore. And it's just a fact. They're just playing politics, and it is sad.
It's like what happened down in Mr. Charleston's constituency, Barnesville and his guys, when they try to fix the road. All of them should die in a jail. All the thugs when bring from there. And we in the driver's seat, brethren. You understand? No way me are listening still. That's how me have to say for now. You can take me down.
Okay.
Well, I understand what you're saying, sir, that we're in the driver's seat, yes. And remember, the Jamaica Labour Party is not a party that actually do push, as what they would call, what they always label Andrew as a dictator. No, we go by the books, and that's the difference with us. against the PNP. You understand? And a lot of people do not understand that.
Mario, the PJ Patterson said the law is not a shackle, and those who play by the rules get shafted. And I know my prime minister is a by the books person and want to do things the right way all the time. But there comes a time when you have to say enough is enough and do what you need to do. That's it. I will free up my box, Philippi, and let somebody else come up.
No, you can stay. You can stay.
Okay.
Yes.
Let Marcia say what she has to say, and then we can free up her box. Marcia, you can go ahead.
Yeah, but Chopper, because when Marcia come in, I'll stop talk. Chopper.
Marcia, open your mic. Marcia, open your mic.
Sometimes some persons may not know how to do it, Philippians. So send a request for her to do it.
I did.
She may be not realize.
I did.
So send a request for her to do it.
I sent her a request to open her mic. Marcia.
Philippian, I've never known someone on the mic. Sorry about that, baby. Sorry about that. I'm going to work. I just was listening. Sorry about
that. Oh, you didn't know you're in the box?
Sorry about that. I'm going to work. I just was listening.
Oh, she didn't know she was up. Okay.
Yeah, Chopper. This is what I was telling you, but then you went out. The Resilient Park, right? That the government broke ground for, a few months back. That Resilient Park would have been almost completed if the PNP, if the parish council wasn't blocking it. It would have been done long time. Look at the business center that we're not hearing your chaps. Look at the business center in Nagazed. The ground should have been broken long time. But the parish council, Glenn Thomas is playing politics.
That's what they're there. They're politicians. They're in the opposition. So they're going to do everything that is possible to win government. It is not their duty to do things that is going to be supportive of the government. So us as government need to stop making excuses and do what we have to do, what we can do. Because there's no system that parish council can block that central government cannot override. None. Absolutely zero. There's no project, not a single project that central government wants to get done that local government can block it and say they're not doing it. They can talk. The minute the Prime Minister declared that as a national project, the municipal corporation have to acquiesce to that. Me tell you already about the Hope House. Has municipal corporation ever stopped a Hope House? Can't. And I've seen at least 10 that were built where municipal corporation attempt to intervene. Oh, they have to get the plan, they have to get the this. Nothing. And those houses were completed properly and handed over to the recipient. So, Resilient Park is no different. What the government did was to circumvent the municipal corporation in Portmore and get the job done. They can do it in all the other areas. Westmoreland have a problem with the same thing. Take the money back. Give it to the MP down there. As a JLP MP, get the market built. And you highlight it to the people. Let the people them know that this has been sitting here for a long while. The PNP municipal corporation refused to build it. So the government, central government is going to build it. They can do it, man. They can do it.
All right. Good afternoon.
Afternoon, Chromat. How you doing?
Good afternoon. But that can change everything when I go to car. Me never. So we are wait for them shops. If we can do that, we are wait for them.
We are wait for excuse. Let me tell you one of the biggest. Let me tell you. This is not beat the JLP day, but let me just put this in the mix there, Markland. One of the biggest problems we have in this country is talking about the process of procurement, where projects are approved. In other words, constituents complain to their members of parliament. Members of Parliament, listen to the constituents. Make the necessary representation. Bring it to Cabinet. Cabinet approve. The Minister announce. The Prime Minister allocate funding. And the minute it reach into the hands of the agency, dog them with supper. What can go so? That, listen, the biggest hindrance to Jamaica infrastructure development has been the agencies. The biggest hindrance to Jamaica's success is the agencies. This nonsense bureaucracy what them have in place talking about procurement and how it have to go through is garbage. And the government have to recognize that at some point, people like me and others are going to get tired of it because the government have the ability to fix the problem. This procurement issue has been a long-standing issue for decades. And it makes no sense that the country is collecting the revenue. The citizens are pointing out their needs. The members of parliament are listening. The members of parliament lobby, bring the issues to cabinet, to ministers. Ministers bring it to cabinet. Cabinet approve. Prime Minister allocate the money. And it goes to the agency for implementation and it stays here for 5 years. What can go so
real fast?
Huh?
Chopper, can I say something real fast?
Yes, please.
My constituency where I live in, right? The PMP control them are the MP and them control the municipal council.
So not now get done this.
Shit. Them now get done this. Them now do nothing. Them now do nothing down there.
They're not gonna do it.
Them now do nothing down there.
You're not gonna do it.
A sabotage.
So what do? If the people in the constituency not recognize that they have councillor who is PNP and MP who is PNP, and everything that is allocated in Parliament goes to all 63. So why is it that they are not benefiting their constituency? It has to do with their representative. And these are the conversations you must have in areas like those. The 14 members of Parliament for the PNP who refuse to take up the offer for 5 Hope House every year for their constituents. And they refuse to take up these offers because they don't want it to look good on the part of the government. Those MPs must be exposed. We need to know how many Hope House has Michael Phillips access. How many has Mark Golding access? How many? We have to ask these questions, you know. Because the allocations were not made for JLP only. Whenever monies are allocated in the Parliament, it goes to both JLP and PNP. As God would have it, the JLP has 49, the PNP has 14. So it is advantage to the JLP. However, we must know, and I know these guys are right here who can find out this information for me. Morris Guy up in St. Mary, how many Hope House him collect? How many has he submitted? How many him receive? Why the PNP MP not utilizing the resources that government allocate for their people to uplift themselves? Why? These are the things we must talk about, you know. The JLP MPs are out there cutting ribbon every day, posting what they are doing. You won't see the PNP doing it because they are afraid that if they post the roads that they do in their constituency, it is going to make the government look good. What is it our duty now to start to ask the questions? How many roads, inner roads, have been fixed by Angela Brown-Burke? How many projects have been concluded or completed in Philip Palwell's constituency? We have to start find out these guys and ask and search and dig because they get the same allocation as the JLP MP. Can you imagine? The PNP refused to participate, Markland, in the Hope House program.
Yeah.
Why? Because their concept of housing in Jamaica has always been hinged on
food for the
politics. So in other words, the JLP decided to build individual houses and give it to every member of parliament, barring none. That simply means both JLP, PNP, and no P can access affordable houses. Right? And free house.
I need to ask.
The PNP though.
MP Fitzjackson.
Yes, Fitzjackson, yes. The PNP would prefer, because the PNP don't support the Hope House program enough. What the PNP is accustomed to doing, guys, is finding a piece of land, build 200 houses, and go and find PNP to occupy them. And if you don't pass the PNP test, you dare not turn a key. And then that housing development now automatically become what? A PNP garrison.
A garrison.
We don't do that. We build house and give to everybody. 49 JLP MP get it, and 14 PNP get it. And the Prime Minister now give house to everybody. He don't care who it is. He just walk out the road and somebody come and ball and foot and he say house. But the PNP not like that. The PNP would prefer to get a piece of land, build 200 houses, and go find PNP and put in there and create another garrison. Go ahead, my brother.
Chopper.
Yes, sir.
You have a lot of, good night, people. You have a lot of persons in the diaspora and also in Jamaica who have an issue with the Prime Minister handing over the houses. They are saying that why the Prime Minister has to be the one to hand over the houses. And many times I challenge them and I say to them, but wait, who is the minister in charge of the program? Is it the Prime Minister? Is it his initiative? But why are we majoring in the minor? The issue is, and the good thing about the program is that persons who need these houses are getting them. I go right across the board.
And if I may interject, it's not just the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister, along with the Member of Parliament for that constituency, along with the Councillor for that division, they're always on hand. They're always present in the handing over. So it's not just the Prime Minister.
It's true, Markland. It's because
the MPs are there, the councillor caretakers are there, and other reputable persons of the community are always on hand to support the initiative.
But it exposed them, it exposed the PM. It exposed the PM and show them
exactly.
And the PM, the PM project is.
One thing I say,
I know several bloggers. I know several bloggers who like Silburn and them man, they have a serious problem and then beat it every day. So the Prime Minister shouldn't be handing out houses. And I said, Mark Golden gave away 2 houses. He was there and the council was there also.
Exactly.
And them quiet.
Exactly. Our Prime Minister and party leader is a hands-on Prime Minister. He's a hands-on Prime Minister. And that's a problem some people have. You understand me? He's not just sitting up in Garden House or Jamaica House on a daily basis. He's on the ground. He's on the ground. He's a hands-on Prime Minister. So whatever is happening, he's going to ensure that he's a part of it. And don't wait until things fall apart now for him show up. He's on the ground. He was over in Montego Bay in St. James last weekend or one day this week at Sandals, and of course he went on to over to Montego Bay. He went on over to where they're doing the help me out, Chopper John, your highway there, the longest bridge.
The Montego Bay bypass.
Yes, he went over there just to see what was happening. So it's not like him just sit down in his office and say, all right, let me call Montego Bay and see how the work going. He went on the site. He went on the site. So when he's ready to speak on it, he can say, yes, we are 85% or 75% advanced in completing that project. You understand? That's what he is.
And that kill the PNP them.
Exactly. That is
Bad
that's
man
their
that
problem.
kill them and can't stand that.
That's their problem. And when he came to Portman last week Sunday, he also said that he's going to make a visit to another project, another site, to see what was happening, because he wants to be able to speak to the matter and address the matter accordingly. So them can't sit down there and talk, man.
Yeah, Markland. And next, the gentleman before 1 year, that was here speaking said that we should put up more things. The party should put up more things on social media. Listen, every single project is advertised on the respective website of the respective ministry or the agency, right? JIS cover all of the project and we are going, right?
Oh, yes.
The problem that we're having in Jamaica, right, and the diaspora is that a lot of people do not watch JIS. They do not subscribe to the Prime Minister pages. They do not follow like the Minister of Works, Robert Nesta Morgan page and stuff like that. And you have the Information Minister that she comes out every Friday and give 5 new things that is happening in government. Right? I see Nesta Morgan doing that also. A lot of persons from the opposition side and even persons from our side too. They don't watch these things. They don't subscribe. So they don't have the relevant information. I know many people who didn't know that you can start the process of renewing your driver's license from overseas.
Online.
You can get a passport online and all these things. Right? A lot of people don't know these simple things that have been happening in government.
So what we have to do, my brother, what we have to do now is to repost, share. That's what we have to do, That's what we have to do, because people will always be passing through various pages. So what we have to do now is just to ensure that whatever the government is doing, whatever the MPs are doing, we repost, we share, because they will see it. They will see it everywhere. Them turn this about wait. Never know so this happen. They go on your page to see it. They go on Chopper John's page to see it. They go on other people's page to see it. That's what we have to be doing now. Just repost, because everybody's into social media.
Where the labor rights in those constituencies and those communities? Because them not help either.
Some of them are, and again, there's work to be done in other areas. You understand what I'm saying? There's work to be done in other areas, But if we can start mobilizing our people to say, hey, when the Prime Minister share something, you reshare it, you repost it, repost. That's the only way. And so when they're bombarded left, right, and center with the information, there's nothing they can do about it. And
but I think we have been successful in doing that, though, Markland. Without patting ourselves on the shoulder here, I think we have been very, very good at making sure the message is out there now. Make no mistake about it. I don't want us to beat up on ourselves. The message is out there.
The PNP send yeah, but the PNP turn a blind eye to it.
My thing is this, like for example, where me come from, I only saw a social house was handed out to a recipient, right? But at no point in time did I ever even hear anybody say that the house was being built. You understand me?
Oh, you're right. Okay. And that's why we have to start to dig into these PNP's constituencies now and find out what is happening. Because they are not promoting the incentive and the initiatives of the government. They're not doing it. And we need to start finding them and load them up.
Yeah. I mean, I have not been back to Jamaica in the last year, right?
No,
and what I say is this. Not one time did I hear anyone, and I talk to them regularly. Not one time did I hear anybody mention that this house was being built. Even the recipient can't tell somebody, say this is what happened.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a secret. If they highlight it, it's going to be... You might see it when it's being handed over because the Prime Minister...
You know what...
Go ahead.
People in a chopper petal, right? If a road is bad and need to be fixed, right? Is everybody come out and they take video and then block the road. But when the roads in the constituency are fixed, you don't see that same energy, That even labor rights,
That is why you see I should commend Mrs. Vaz, because every new project that Mrs. Vaz is doing, she literally come out once the road starts. Once the road started to grade and all of that stuff, she come out and she post it. So the thing is,
that is true. She's always on the backwards.
Exactly. We can come on a lot of our platforms and apps. But the thing is, some of our MPs and councillors, they I believe that because the lady government that is in Portmore, in Edgewater, she had no idea of what we were saying, that the municipal corporation is blocking all of those stuff. So sometimes the information, we know it, but a lot of people don't, because you have some of these people that they go to work early in the morning, they come home late in the night and all of that stuff. You understand? So I don't know how is it that we can, because guess what? Some of the news media, they're very biased. You understand? I won't call any name as is right now. You understand?
All right, Wami.
So it is always how it is, but I think, chap, we're doing a good job, and I'm not going to say we're not, but we some of the councillors and MP needs to do better. You understand? Honestly, Mario, because that's the only way we can literally stay on point. Because look at it. As I said, look at Mrs. Vaz. Everything that she does, she talks about it. And her things is getting across.
Mario.
You know, one time usually hear people say she come up on social media and she there and they too much. No, this is what we want. And we say, all of we MP them, we Labour right MP them. If you do 5 social houses in your constituency, if you see them, as when me tell you, say, the one where the person getting in the community, when we grew up in a country, me shock when me see it open, and when me talk to people there at least 2-3 times a week, and not one mention of it. I me talk to Labour rights, and not one mention of it. And when they say, "Oh, couldn't tell me say XYZ," I get one government. Oh, it's like, are you people for real? They get highlighted.
Petal, Mr. Dave Brown fix a portion of the road now constituency since week, right? And I will make up on him page. Somebody share it, right? And it was up for a few days. I'm gonna make sure share it and drop it on some groups. So one to the people that from Fiend constituency, the Labour, and one to the party worker that from Fiend constituency, right? Mr. Michelle Charles out there, right? She coming like a whole social media herself, you know. And she now play with them, you know. Right? And these are some of the challenges that we're having, where people who are Labour rights or party workers, they never share the message.
Right, I know if I'm
That's exactly what I say.
Let me say, Petal, I'm going to talk there. If I'm the Prime Minister, I know them not call me dictator, I tell you that straight. And some of them mayor people and them councillor people, PAP control. I go around them, as a chopper said, I go around them and do what I have to do. You see me? I show them up and talk about them and make them and talk about them and show them up. Them PAP councillor and me there. They keep up them rubbish. We're tired of this in Jamaica now. You see me? It's all about the country first. Them not come and talk about them not do through politics and then now make government look. It's all about Jamaica and better people lives. And that we are dealing with, brother. You see me? So right now, they might say, "But Andrew a dictator." They don't want to say I'm a dictator. If I'm a Prime Minister now, I know them not say me a dictator. Because I go around them parish council, them people and them mayor people, especially about Portmore there. So, but yeah, so man, you say anything when I go through the mayorship or the council, you can't see the things that go on. Anything when I go through the parish council, them or whatever, and the government, they can't see the big difference. They need to go on and put country first, brother. PMP not put no party, them put first. You need to get rid of them people, man.
Pleasant afternoon, everyone. Totally endorse DJ Comas, and I strongly believe, not in any violent way now, because sometimes persons misinterpret, but what I mean, anything that our party has to do in terms of stepping over the head of those mayors and whatever, and getting things done for the benefit of the persons within the division or the constituency, because at the end of the day, it is taxpayers' money. Certainly I need to do that because everything you hear is the government, is the prime minister, and all of those things. So I totally endorse that.
Yeah, but tired of sabotaging my lady. But tired of sabotaging, man. Tired of them type of thing in Jamaica now, man. Even with the violence, when them control and talk about people, nothing talk, people control certain violence, and have money, and them have this, and we can't touch certain constituency, because them have them links, them thing that, yo, they're bringing soldier and them thing that them never cut out that Jamaica right now. I
endorse that as well. And as I always said, I was in a forum with the Prime Minister in April, and I mentioned, for example, because I was living in Central St. Mary, so I can talk about that constituency. And it seems as if every time persons come in the constituency, I guess Mr. Lennon Richards, he was there about 3 times. It's like, and then Mr. Jason James was there too. Nobody stays, and I believe that every seat can be won once there's a good candidate who is committed to service, fully committed, and 2, getting the support from the party and from fellow Labourites. Because at the end of the day, Labourites live in those constituencies too.
I mean, nobody wants to say, it's a CFC to the matter about this a CFC type, no matter which party, but the 2 side, CFC to corruption. That we say, CFC to corruption, my peoples. I mean, nobody wants to, that's my opinion. CFC to corruption.
I have a question. Again, I'm back, right? So if it is that, residents in a constituency will reach out to their councillor to express their concerns, the council now communicate to the MP, the MP goes to Parliament, lobby for implementation, then the Prime Minister or the respective minister allocate these funds to the municipal corporation, but yet still they are not carrying out the work that they should or that they got the funds for. Why are we still funding them?
That don't make no sense with you. Per council and people, that don't make no sense. Majority of them.
All right, the thing is, why are we still funding them then? Because what's the point of giving the municipal corporation the money only for them to sit down?
I'm bringing them back a liar, man. They must buy law and all kind of something, man. Constitution, all kind of something. You know, the PMP them stay and pay law business them come with that constitution law.
But the thing is, DJ Chromas, there is no problem with them drawing for the law because that is the law of the land. But also, you have to bear in mind that you got this money to do something and you did not do it. So, with law reprimand
make no sense, man.
For not carrying out your task.
If I may jump in, as Chopper John said earlier, there should be something put in place that listen, if we allocate, if after the mayor, the MP and councillors do everything and the funds have been allocated and sent off, after a certain, there should be a time period that if the project don't start within 6 months or 3 months or whatever, the money is sent back to central government. And then now the Prime Minister, the powers that be, reallocate the money to the MP of that constituency and they get the job done.
Mr. Markland, people are accountable to one. You know, so schedule free, man. When they do certain things, money have to turn back or send back to central government. Them people are accountable for them.
Exactly. No, you're right. You
don't get free, man. Some consequences there, man.
I think once them know, say, boy, if they not use this money, if they not start this project within a certain time, it's something gonna go down. I think we'll see better accountability and better work done in this country because again, the Bible carry wrong, you know. Who cannot walk unless they agree?
I tell you this.
Walk unless they agree.
I'm asking people.
And you see, when you have a JLP-led government, and you have some of these PNP municipality corporations that are run by PNP municipal corporations, nothing is done. I guarantee you, for all the JLP-led municipal corporation, I guarantee you work is being done. I guarantee.
Yeah, we know that. We understand that. What we may say that you want cut out. What we may say.
PNP them are the sabotage.
Yeah, man. What we may say, my boss, Mr. Markland, no MP or no council, no affair in politics, no matter which level is local or central. No MP and no politician are supposed, they're not safe nothing. Everybody's supposed to work for them constituency. Nobody is supposed to, like all the PNP that have that luxury there. Them just win and then not do nothing. Through the PNP party is a cultist mentality, it's a cult party. Them not have to do nothing. We have a legacy as Labour Party. They just sit down and them know that the PNP know that them use that.
So we just have to make it known now. Just allow Chopper John
change up, man. We
have to make it known. Say every MP, the 63 MP, the 49
like everybody, local and central politicians,
and the 14 PNP,
everybody
them get the house programs too. So how comes when the Prime Minister now hand over our house in your constituency as a PNP MP?
The question is when everybody for work, man. Everybody for work. Everybody councillor, security, everybody's supposed to work. Local politician.
I am from St. Catharines South. I'm from St. Catharines Southern, where the sitting MP is Fitz Jackson for how many years now? And I guarantee you, I am yet to hear the Prime Minister come to Portmore to St. Catharines South and hand over our house. I am yet to hear the Prime Minister coming to St. Catharines Southern, where the sitting MP is Fitz Jackson. Hanover House.
Mr. Markland. So, who in the party or in government is asking Mr. Fitz Jackson right now, why is it that he haven't submit for any house for his constituency? Is it that everyone in his constituency is living up to par and no one needs the house?
You forgot to him did a war for the Clifton land for the people.
Some of the only good thing. Thank you. As you mentioned that, and to show that our Prime Minister is not biased. Clifton is a PNP stronghold. PNP stronghold. Yeah, understand me? And the same girl that her house was bulldozed down. Right? The Prime Minister built back her house. Gear the land and gear the title, and that girl was on social media the other day bashing the government. We started to talk to her still. And you know, it had to be. It took the councillor caretaker Shanice Spratt over Spanish Town, over by Greendale Division, to bring some awareness to it and fix that. You understand me?
Yeah, but we started to talk to her. It's a misunderstanding.
So there are lots of needy people. If you go to Dunby Holding, where my grandfather and grandmother and parents come, and my father come from, if you go to Dunby Holding right now, you need at least 50 or if not more of them social housing there. If you go Lake Spen, which is still part of St. Catharines Southern, if you go to Salpan, they need house. If you go Old Brayton, they need house. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm yet to hear Fitz Jackson opening and the Prime Minister handing over one of those houses.
And based on that, which you said just now, Mr. Markland, that would suggest to me that some MPs are on a flight of their own. It's like they need to be managed. It seems to me like these MPs need to be managed. There needs to be someone to audit what they've done and what they said that they will do. Right?
Exactly.
And
if he's an MP to get paid by their works, by like a job work, then if they get paid by that, so what not dead for hungry.
Them just take the money a month time, take the allocation, the CDF and CDC funds, and them don't, and they do nothing. I said in St. Catharines Southern, and I just named the communities to you. If you go up to Quarry Hill, Garbally Drive, Lake Spen, people need house. You understand me? And I'm yet to see Fitz Jackson hand over one of them houses with the Prime Minister.
This sabotage thing have to stop, man. Stop. Jamaica right through. It have to stop.
Mr. Markland.
And yet still these people
still vote politics.
Tell me now. And they still vote the PNP.
Yeah, but
look at Portmore, PNP give them toll the road. The PNP forgot them yard and them still vote PNP same way.
Thank you. It is a PNP who why we have to pay a toll for go out town and come back over here. The pace.
Mr. Markland, you have to talk about Portmore, and the same thing them they do want to do with St. Thomas. You see, they talk about plan, but them not gonna put road. Them not put no highway. The plan with them, all of them have no money to do nothing anyway. Them not gonna happen. It's all about tour road. They do want to go to St. Thomas. The St. Thomas people pay them here. See, even like going to Portmore, and that them do want to do with St. Thomas too. And that's crap. I will give them highway out there. The people that have highway for go St. Thomas. That is a big difference.
Leon Thomas had money. Leon Thomas got money to build a park. Yeah? Leon Thomas, who was the mayor for Portmore, he got money to build a park. And it was a partnership with them and I think a German city, a German company. I think it's something in Germany. And until now, there's no accountability. There's none whatsoever. Where the money there? Where the park there? Is the Prime Minister for come over here now?
Mr. Markland, everything starts from that Mr. Lee, that first PMP mayor there over there.
Mr. Markland, the only thing that I'm saying to you right now is that there are persons in some constituency who genuinely believe that nothing is happening due to the sabotage from their MP because they are not aligned with the government. Right. And if we sit back and allow that to continue, we are just at fault, if not even worse than those persons, because we know better and we are not communicating effectively. Why aren't we publishing the MPs who have collected housing programs? We need to make it known, because I'm very sure that there are persons in those constituencies who would have done well with one of those houses.
You heard what I just said? I said, done beholding. That is behind Caribbean Estate and Phoenix Village. Don Beholding could do well with about 50 of those houses right now. Residents of Don Beholding could do well with about 50. And if you go Lake Spen, the same thing. If you go Old Britain, the same thing.
Yeah.
And their MP is Fitz Jackson.
Yeah, I jump out of the box here. Give somebody exact next chance. Yeah.
Okay. So listen, we're in October, right? We literally have 2 months left in the year, and the government allocate 5 social housing per constituency, and there are MPs right now who haven't handed over not even one house. We need to know who those MPs are on either side, because that is a lack of performance. Mm-hmm. Is it that no one in your constituency would like a house? Right? We need to know who those persons are, because thing is, my job, right? If I'm assigned a task and I don't carry it out, I will end up on an action plan. And if I fail that action plan, I end up on a performance improvement plan. And if I fail that performance improvement plan, I'm terminated. So where is the accountability in government then? Is it like a free-for-all system?
No, we need to raise the awareness, because at the end of the day, even when the election is called, some of these same labor rights can get up and say, boy, they're not experiencing prosperity. But if they would know, then they couldn't get a house. They couldn't get up and say, yes, we benefit from the government. So you're right. We need to really let it be known that, hey, if you need such and such, everybody can't get one, but at least there are at least 5 really needy members of the constituency that can benefit from these housing programs. You know, and we see the Prime Minister handing over 1 and 2 and 3 houses a week. You understand me? So that need it. So the PNP or JLP, as Chopper John said, every MP can get 5. So where are the people? People are in need. And then these are the same people that go and get up when election time come and say, oh, government not doing nothing for them, and then I feel the prosperity.
this is the thing. As government said this, and I literally put this in mind. And when Chopper come back, I'm going to literally ask him, because guess what? I think that what we can do is put out a list as bloggers. Put out a list and said that for the 63 MPs, members of parliament, these are the houses that they have actually built under the old program. You understand? And put the name, and not the name of the recipient, but put the amount
Mario would also like to add those built by the local government, because the indigent houses are given out as well. And
exactly.
So it's not just. So we need to include that as well to see, because I know Minister Mackenzie said they have given out over 100 indigent houses. So I need to know who did that, who are those persons as well. Because if you're an MP and you utilize neither the housing program from the local ministry or the one from the Prime Minister, then something is seriously wrong with you, and no matter which side it happened.
At 315, you know, 63 times 5 at 315 houses that people could have get.
Petal, if me did in a government, if me I did MP in my 5 house, then don't long time and me I beg 2 more.
Exactly. It can be that you have these constituencies that are so huge. I guess there's so much people in a relative homelessness. There are some people in some structure, they look like they have a house, but really it's not a house. That's called relative homelessness. And you want to tell me, say, in the 63 constituencies, you don't have 5 people who can benefit from that? Me find that very hard to believe.
And you know what it boils down to, colleagues, you know what it boils down to? Some of those, some, and it goes on both sides. It goes to show that not everybody in politics really have a heart for the people. The Prime Minister, we know, has a heart for the people. And that is the reason he's doing what he's doing. That is the reason he's ensuring that life is better. So, but if MPs can get a house, but if MPs can get a house, but if MPs can get a house, but if MPs can get a house,